Okay, hey everybody, are you ready for this? So I did this deck, and it's on 8 specific strategies to crush your holiday e-commerce sales numbers from last year. And I gave this presentation. I really want to go through it with you right now. I don't want this information to go to waste. I don't want it to only have taken place at this event that nobody was at except, there's like 50 people. So I'm going to go through it now. These are 8 strategies from me to crush your holiday e-commerce sales numbers from last year. I've been working with e-commerce sites for a very long time. I've been doing digital marketing for a long time. Let's dive into this, okay? I'm not going to go over the first thing, which is all this stuff about me. But if you're interested, you can read a little bit about it here. But here's what we're covering today. So I'm going to cover something that's going to show you how to see what worked last year, a sneaky strategy that you should try, okay? But then in addition, some other cool CRO strategies. I'm going to cover influencer marketing, media buys, launching targeted ad campaigns, pop-ups, getting crazy with CRO, and ramping up your SEO. It's almost too much, right? Can we all get this in under 30 minutes? I think we can, or we will be close, maybe more like 35. Okay, so first thing, before you even start about thinking about your holiday e-commerce strategy, the first thing you want to do is review what worked last year. And here is exactly how to do that, and I'll bet you are not doing it this way. Go into Google Analytics, look at your source medium report, and then sort that by the dates, which are the same dates where you ran the campaign last year. What that's going to do is that's going to give you a baseline of data, and that baseline of data is going to show you the sources and mediums that drove traffic, conversion, sales, revenues to your e-commerce site, right? And now you know where you were, right? So that's good, because then you can scale what worked and not scale what didn't work, right? It might give you some ideas to cut some budget, raise some budget. So look at analytics to do that. Now, here's the next step. Go into Google Analytics and turn on your benchmark reports, okay? So if you go into accounts, and then properties and settings, and then you enable the benchmark reports, it's going to show you your traffic by channel compared to all your competitors for that same date range, right? So now you can look at that date range and you can find out where you're missing out compared to last year, right? Where did you miss out on? Where could you have capitalized on for that time period based off your benchmark reports? So do that first, right? Because that's a cool thing, and it'll just take you a second, and you'll probably learn a great deal from it. All right, so now let's dive into strategies. So the first one I want to start with is a little sneaky one that I've done, and I like to do interesting CRO strategies with like video sites and card sites and e-com sites that have personalized messages and things like that. There's a lot of different things you can do there. This is just one of those, okay? So what I did here is I said, enter a message and send this to a friend, okay? You can enter a message, you're on a site, you can enter a message, then you can click send. You can send this to a friend. You click send, and then here's what happens next. Now you get kicked into their funnel, right? You get kicked into their checkout process, but it saves the message. And when it saves the message, you don't want to leave, you don't want to abandon cart because you just lost your message that you put all this time into. So by doing this little tweak and strategy increased conversions by 45%. Your goal by doing this would be to increase conversions for your own site by 20%, okay? Kind of a cool strategy. Now, here's a couple other e-commerce ones that I really like. One, make sure you recommend related products for purchase. If you recommend related products, it's going to have more pages per visit, more time on site, and you're going to raise your transactions because you're going to give people the ability to find more of what they want. Make sure you have bundled deals. So Amazon does this, right? I'm a surfer. If I come into your site and I want to buy a wetsuit and you offer me a hoodie and booties for 10% off, that's going to raise your per transaction value, right? So if you are getting more revenue per transaction, that helps your e-commerce business. In addition, do this, okay? If people are going through your checkout process and they're leaving, you want to do one of these things. Capture their email so you can send them a coupon code and get them back into your funnel. Coupon code might be for 10% off, 20% off. They didn't convert, but they put in their email. So you have their email. You can go after them with more email marketing, right? A drip campaign. Run exit pop-ups. If they leave, you can run an exit pop-up to them and offer them 10% off with, hey, don't leave, stay on. Here's a 10%, 20% off, right? Don't abandon. And then in addition to that, you can run remarketing to people who abandon the cart. So if they went through your cart, went through the checkout process, and they left, and now they're on Instagram, or now they're on Facebook, or now they're on the Google Display Network, or now they're on YouTube, no matter where they are on the web, if they're on Pinterest, if they're on, what are some other ones? Give me a couple other ones. There's others out there. Quora now has remarketing, right? You can remarket to them, LinkedIn, through all these sites, and they're going to see that message, they're going to come back and they're going to convert, right? A lot of times people want to make this purchase, and just showing them that offer one more time will get them back into your funnel. All right, so let's dive into strategy number 2, which is an influencer outreach campaign. So this is how you do it, right? Have you ever done an influencer outreach campaign? If you haven't, this is how you do it. So first thing, put a keyword in BuzzSumo and develop a list of micro influencers. And you want to get 20 to 100 micro influencers basically on your list. And a micro influencer is somebody with like 5,000 to 15,000 followers on any given network. It's different for blogs. Blogs are biased by traffic volume and whatnot. But you put together a small package with a free product and a one sheet, okay? And that one sheet might say something like, hi there, we're big fans, and we've been following you for some time. We wanted to send you some free product. We hope you like it. If you do, we would be honored if you could do a quick social media post about it. And we would be happy to send you more in the future. Now, if you send that in a package to a macro influencer, somebody with tens and hundreds of thousands, millions of followers, they don't even look at it. They just throw it away. Right? But if you send it to somebody with a smaller following, they're excited. They want more of the free stuff, and they have some influence on some level. You just got to do it more in volume, right? So they'll be more likely to post about you. The goal is to get 40% of influencers to post about your product, and then you can use that as social proof. And here's what your model looks like, okay? General model. Okay, so 40% of influencers will actually do a post, okay? You send it to 100, 40 people, 40 of those influencers will actually do a post. 50% of those, right? 50% of the followers of those people will actually see the post, okay? So 50% if I have 10,000 followers, 5,000 are going to see the post. Click-through rates are 20% generally for somebody who has an engaged following, a conversion rate of 5%, revenue per product sold, let's say that's $100. If you look at the bottom of this slide, you can see the model, right? If you send 100 products, each influencer has 10,000 followers, and your product sells for $100, your revenue off of this influencer campaign would be $200,000. Make sense? That's the business model for you for an influencer campaign. All right, strategy 3, media buy blitz. So a media buy is really when you just pay any money to advertise on any type of website, right? But what I'm talking about here is sponsored posts, right? A sponsored post is a type of media buy. And one of the things you can do is use a tool called SimilarWeb. And what SimilarWeb will do is show you all the referring site traffic that's pointing at a website. And then based off of that, you can take all those referring sites, put them into a list, reach out to them, and then do media buys with them. And that will allow you to reach out to them and ask them for pricing for a sponsored post. Sponsored posts cost anywhere between $5,000 to $100,000, right? There's cheaper ones, there's $700 ones, there's probably hundreds of thousands of dollar ones, but $5,000 to $50,000 is a mean. And basically what they'll do is they'll write an article about you, they'll promote it on social media, and they'll send it out in their email newsletter. They'll give you their whole database of they'll get in front of all their users, right? Basically. And then this is what the business model looks like. It looks like something like this. If you spend $20,000 and then there's 20 million visitors a month on the site, and 30% see those, and 10% of the visitors, 30% are relevant to the product. So say only 30% are men from the US, and that's your demographic. And 10% of those visitors actually see the product. And there's a 0.5% conversion rate. That's going to result in 3,000 transactions of a $100 transaction value that comes out to $300,000 in revenue. Okay. If you do that for your e-commerce site around the holiday season, that's a great spike. That's going to translate into so many more sales, right? Strategy 4, launch a targeted ad campaign. Okay, so advertising should be part of any e-commerce site's strategy, right? Would you agree? And there's a lot of different ways to go about doing it. What I'm talking about here specifically, I want you to use some of these new features of Google AdWords to get started, okay? Call out a promotion. If you see on the right-hand side of this slide, you can see a promotion has been called out, and you can use that call out extension so that people can see your promotion. So definitely try that. You can do a message extension so people can actually text you straight from an ad, and people want to interact with a business nowadays the way that they want to interact with it. So give them the ability to text. They will love you for it. It will definitely play an impact in better communication and revenue. And then price. So you can pre-qualify them with a price. So if you show them, hey, this costs $3,000, you're not going to pay for that click because they're going to know how much it costs before they click. You're not going to waste money, right? And then finally, there's the app extension. So if you're in e-commerce and you have an application that you're trying to advertise, the app extension can be great to get people into that. So those are a couple features, but there's some other cool things too. So you can do life event targeting, and life event targeting is going to allow you to target people who are about to graduate, people who are about to move, people who are about to get married or have been, any one of those things. That is a really great way to target people if you have a certain product or service that aligns with that demographic and these type of people want to see it, right? If you're a financial institution and you're trying to sell auto loans or home loans or something, that might correlate with some of these, right? And you could also put a layer on top of some of these audiences for things like how old is the person, what's their marital status, are they, what's kind of in there. Are they, what age are they, what's their income level, what's their location, and things like that, right? It goes on and on and on. The layering is amazing now. And so specifically, this is an audience that you can advertise to in the Google Display Network. So think about that as well. And the next one is in-market audiences. So in-market audience is a way to qualify a buyer because they have shown that they are interested in a product or service based off of the different things, actions they've taken online. And really, in-market audiences are part of an overall funnel, okay? An overall funnel of different audiences within YouTube and the Google Display Network, which is what you're looking at right now. So at the top, you've got these affinity and then consumer patterns, okay? And those are based off of interests and habits. So you can actually go inside of the Google Display Network or YouTube, and you can advertise to people based off of affinities and consumer patterns. Those are two buckets with a bunch of subtopics inside of them based off of industry that you can use to advertise to people too. There's also in-market behavior, right, which is in-market audiences, and life events. So I just showed you those two. An example of in-market behavior might be somebody who has been searching and on 5 or 6 different electronic sites looking at a television, okay? So that would be a tech in-market behavior, somebody who's about to purchase. And then the next one is custom intent. And these people are the furthest down in the funnel. They're about to convert. And this is brand new. I've been trying this. It's been working really well for our own business and for some clients. So the reason we get access to that, by the way, is because we are in a beta program with Google. We're a premium Google certified partner in a beta program. We have 4 or 5 people from Google who come to our office every month, sometimes twice a month, and they show us all the latest and greatest stuff. We actually just did an event with Google at their office. It was pretty cool. So this is actually where that slide came from too, by the way. And then the last one underneath is for remarketing, customer match, and similar audiences. So after somebody's taken an action on your website, you can remarket to them, right? You can match customers and create similar audiences. So you can create an audience of your actual customers so you can advertise to them again, and you can create a similar audience of that exact customer set. So I'll give you an example. I might have an audience set of customers that's about 1,000 customers. I can replicate those characteristics and find people who are much like them around the web, and I can develop an audience list of about 1 million people. I just did this the other day, about 1.6 million people off of 1,000, and then I can advertise to those people, hit them over and over again until they buy my product or service, okay? Cool thing for e-commerce sites during the holidays. Definitely try it. Dynamic search ads are also good. I don't know if I don't have that in this deck, but it just comes to mind. Check out the video I did on dynamic search ads. All right, so a couple other things. So when it comes to Facebook, similar type of stuff. Build great audiences, get them to convert, work through, so remarketing for sure. The lifetime value add audiences are also very interesting and very good. So who are your best lifetime customers, right? Target them on Facebook, and then creating audiences of past customers and lookalike audiences from those customers. And then this is one thing I like to recommend. I recommend you pick your best Facebook ad and run it on Instagram. I'm going to show you something, okay? So take a look at this. This is allbirds.com. Allbirds is the name of the shoe. I don't know actually if it's allbirds.com, but Allbirds makes these shoes. And shout out to Allbirds. If you guys are watching this, I think you do some good work. So virtual high five. What they've been doing is creating these mini videos, kind of like very small animations, and then just blanketing the internet with them. I really feel like they've come in and disrupted a very crowded space just by having a very simple, clean offering and then creative that mimics that. And they're running some good ads. So you can go to their Facebook page and you can click on this little red thing right here, and you can see all the ads that they're running. Sorry, Allbirds, but hey, people are always trying to copy the good people, right? And they're running some basic stuff like this. I mean, look, this is nothing fancy, right? But you see it enough times and you kind of start thinking, oh, I might like those shoes. And then this one in particular is also nothing fancy, but these simple slideshow ads, and they've got a couple better ones, are doing very, very well. And I've seen that for clients as well. Okay, so let's get into strategy number 5, and that is create a series of offers and promote them with Sumo. So do you know what Sumo is? Sumo is a pop-up conversion rate optimization tool. I'm going to show you a little video on it. I have a bunch of videos in this deck. I skipped past all the other ones, but I'm going to show you Sumo. So let's take a look at this. So this is Sumo, and this is our own analytics. And basically, it allows you to capture email addresses, allows you to run pop-ups. What you're looking at here is all the pop-ups that I'm running on Ignite. I've got some going, some paused. This one pops up on our Amazon page. We've got a really high-ranking Amazon page. It pops up in the corner. I only run it on the Amazon page. That allows us to get a click-through rate of a couple %, and we get leads from it. And this shows you how you can target people by the URL, by the landing page, by the device, by the referring site traffic. Did they come from Facebook? I can run a pop-up to you if you came just from Facebook, right? So it's a very sophisticated tool. A lot of people using it nowadays, and it's also a great way to capture emails. So you can see some of the emails we've been capturing here. And we're capturing, around 50 emails a day, sometimes more, but a great tool. And really the idea is that you want to run these pop-ups generally on your content marketing to kick them back into your e-commerce site so that they can convert, or run them cross-site, on a subject-by-subject basis, so that you can capture email addresses and you can use those email addresses in your additional marketing. But moving on, Sumo also lets you do things like this. It allows you to have a countdown timer. And if you're going to be running a big promotion over the holidays, you want to have a countdown timer. It allows you to do pop-ups based off a website segment. So I can run pop-ups on all the shoes categories or all the t-shirt categories that are 10% off t-shirts, not 10% off everything, 10% off these exact t-shirts, right? So it gets in the user's mind, they're more excited about that. So the biggest thing is if you do run a pop-up, you want to kick them over into a funnel that's going to get them to convert, right? So think about the pop-up and the messaging, and then make sure that that aligns with the funnel that you're going to be kicking them into. Really important stuff. So if I run a pop-up on 10 best Nike running shoes of 2018 for women, I want to kick them into the women's category. All right, so a couple more things, and then we're about done here. I hope you like this. So getting a little bit more crazy with conversion rate optimization. So have you seen Expedia.com and Facebook and LinkedIn and these other sites and even Instagram? What do they all have? They have a bell icon, right? You see this bell icon right here? So when somebody clicks on that the user expects to see a message, right? So you can put anything you want in that message. And I recommend you use the bell icon so that you can advertise sales and promotions and all the exciting things that you have going on. So try the bell icon. It's a CRO strategy. In addition to this, Expedia has been doing this really cool thing where they show how many people are viewing a page and how many bookings happen in a certain duration of time. And they also show you the percentage of something that's been booked. So think about that for your own e-commerce site. What if you had an overlay that came up on a page that said, 45% of people have bought this product this week, or only 3 units left, right? Amazon does that. 3 units left. It breeds that scarcity, right? 99 people are viewing the page right now. Have you ever been standing in a line or walking up, say you wanted to go get, I don't know, something that you really wanted, and there was only 3 left, and there were 10 people in line. You feeling that anxiety, right? So we can do that on the web now too. So you can do that on the web, and you can make more sales as a result of it. This is what I love about the internet, right? One little creative, fun thing like that, and you're making more money, right? All right, so last thing, strategy number 7. So ramp up your SEO. So we are the #1 SEO company in the nation as far as Clutch.co says. So thank you, Clutch. I've been doing SEO for a long time. I love it. It's probably my strongest subject, that and conversion rate optimization, but getting really into paid media nowadays. A lot of people have come to me and they say, John, I want to ramp up our SEO before the holidays, and because I want the holidays to be incredibly successful. I want to blow it out of the park. I want to make more sales than last year through my organic channel. So here's basically how you do it. Okay, so start 3 months before, and then determine your top revenue drivers and align that with inventory. Well, what does that mean? Well, if you've got a motocross helmet, and that drives a lot of revenue for you, and you've got a bunch of inventory, right? You got to match those together, because if you're going to make a bunch of sales, you got to fulfill it. And then what you want to do is refresh your top pages every couple weeks. That's going to get them ranking higher and higher and higher and higher, right? Until you're in those top positions. Add facts, FAQs, and new copy. We have a system here. Everything at Ignite is systematized. So we have a system here. That's a 3-pronged thing that looks something like that. I didn't give everything to you there, but refreshing them and making it a quality hub of content. And then building multiple links to those pages, right, through White Hat, and sending out press releases about the promotions. And then the sponsored posts, the media buys, the influencer marketing, the social media shares, the social media ads. All that stuff really helps, right? It just plays in together. Google sees those signals, sees the websites alive, and refresh as many pages as possible. I've had a couple clients, we refreshed hundreds of pages before the holidays, and boy, did it pay off, okay? So that's a basic version for you. And then last couple things. So when it comes to the holidays, you want to think of it as like a product launch almost, right? Your promotion for the holidays is like a product launch, okay? Think of it that way. So do your pre-launch, your launch, and your ongoing plan. And on the right-hand side, you can see kind of what that looks like. And this is a checklist that I use sometimes. It's a version of a checklist. But you know, getting all the social stuff ready, getting your releases ready, your blog posts, running ads on your own website and across the web, creating these creative videos and making sure you've got some great creative that you can blow out through Facebook and through YouTube and through display. You know, Google AdWords, and sending the free samples to bloggers and stuff so that they pick it up, that influencer marketing stuff that I talked about, and of course, email marketing. Once it goes live and your promotion's live, you need to refresh everything, and that's what that next part's about, and then you're going to have some on marketing. So final thoughts for the holidays is create a great offer, scale what worked last year, and invest in what's working for your competitors based off of that benchmark report. Try a few new strategies, maybe some of the ones I gave you, and I hope you have some great success. And then if these strategies work for you, please tweet me and let me know, because I would love to hear about it. And smile, because I'll be thinking about you over the holiday season. So that's all I have for you today. Just wanted to share this deck. You know, you don't want to just do a presentation like this and not let it get out there. If you like this, like, comment, and subscribe. And I can't wait to see you next time. And I'm going to stop the recording. Have a